Derek's younger brother tragically lost his life at the hands of an evildoer, and Derek himself lost his life seeking revenge. As an ordinary person who loved his brother and strived for a better life, he didn't attain a favorable outcome. However, Derek reincarnates into a different world. In this new world, will he be able to rewrite his destiny and successfully survive? He vaguely felt as if he was being pulled toward the sky. After months of grief, after a lifetime of suffering and pain, Derek felt like all of his trauma and hatred was disappearing. The intoxicating feeling lasted until he suddenly woke up, alive and breathing. All the negative emotions came back and plunged him into despair again. Derek thought he might have survived the trip to the hospital, maybe because he was shot in the head and his vision was a little blurry. But as his vision cleared, he was horrified. Bodies were surrounding him. To be precise, the bodies of aliens. They were all wearing some sort of full-body armor that resembled sci-fi spacesuits. He screamed and tried to stand up, only to fall back to the floor. Only then did he realize that he was also wearing the spacesuit, and his hands, 4 in total, each with 3 fingers. After some panic, Derek finally regained his composure and began to analyze his current predicament. Derek came to look at where he'd woken up and saw a lot of blood, and he even thought it might be some kind of splattered internal organs. While Derek was still thinking about what to do next, he heard a shout. "Captain, that's Zork!" It's not a system failure that his life signal came back online. He's still alive. The captain stepped forward and questioned how Derek managed to escape the enemy's battle royale. Derek didn't understand the alien language, so he hesitated and said something that the alien captain couldn't understand. At this time, the captain doubted whether Derek was a spy. He had no choice but to let his men bring a lightsaber and execute Derek on the spot as a spy. Derek then lost consciousness again. Derek's consciousness was blurred. When he woke up, he vaguely felt that he was naked and that a pair of huge hands were touching his body. "He's still alive! I did it! I successfully saved your child's life!" Derek blinked, trying to make sense of everything around him. He found that he was reborn as a baby, and what happened next made him even more excited. The midwife shouted the names of some spells, and after a while, all the human secretions produced by childbirth disappeared and turned into a fragrant smell. Derek was curious and excited about these things about magic, but only the midwife Nana knew what just happened, and that was unforgettable in her career. Nana could not deny that this birth was one of the most difficult of her career. It lasted several hours, and she was forced to cast healing spells several times to stop the bleeding. When she finally saw the baby's head, she quickly pulled the child out of his hands, only to find that the child was strangled by his own umbilical cord. Nana tried all the best spells, but to no avail. For a long, terrible minute, she thought the child was dead. Fortunately, the magical healing light finally activated, forcing the newborn to vomit to clear his airway. Then, and only then, could she feel relaxed. Derek began his life as a baby. He gazed at the surroundings and noticed similarities between his new body and those of Earth babies. Despite the existence of magic in this world, Derek struggled to perform spells, especially those involving language and physical components. He realized that his early infancy was the critical period for learning magic, making the pressure to learn quickly intensify. He eagerly awaited bedtime to experiment with his own magical abilities. He attempted air magic and initially faced failures, but eventually succeeded when he recalled breathing techniques from his earth martial arts practice. He imagined a blue sphere representing mana and successfully generated a small gust of wind. Derek's mother, Elena, was a loving parent who cared for him. The next day, Elena resumed her daily chores while also revealing her magical properties. Derek, now named Bleep, witnesses magical practices, and Elena uses spells such as Brisa and Magna to do household chores. Magic is commonplace in this new world, as evidenced by Elena's ability to complete household chores effortlessly. The family consists of Roz, father, Elena, 2 daughters, Rena and Tista, and 2 sons, or Paul and Trion. Derek is reincarnated into a magical world where he not only possesses a warm and powerful magical family, but also embarks on a successful journey of learning magic. How will Derek's future unfold? Stay tuned and await for next Ruling Commentary.